Hey guys, since it's getting to be that time of the year again, I have a video for you guys. Since everybody, and I mean everybody, people that aren't really horror fans, watch horror movies around October, I thought I'd give a recommendation. 6 movies that I think are overlooked amongst the horror genre, especially the American side of things. Like, not a lot of American horror fans know about this unless they actually are very, um, you know, uh, kind of diverse with their horror film knowledge and uh, expertise. So obviously, a lot of kind of mainstream horror fans that haven't heard, that aren't really big on independent or foreign horror. This is one really for you guys. This is one for anybody really looking for a good horror movie to watch instead of the usual Halloween. Not that Halloween isn't a great film, of course. So starting off our list, I thought I'd get the 2 films that I have from Grindhouse releasing out of the way. It's probably everybody's least favorite Lucio Fulci film, and it's my absolute favorite Lucio Fulci film. One that's overlooked even amongst the, that's overlooked even amongst fans of Fulci himself. People often say, oh well, The Beyond is his best film, or Zombie, or House by the Cemetery, which House by the Cemetery is a close second, but it loses to his psychological horror film, Cat in the Brain. Now, surprisingly, this film does not have anything to do with cats eating brains or eating any human part whatsoever. It just happens to be mentioned in dialogue that it is that. And now I do have reviews of some of these movies I'm recommending, and I'll put the links in the descriptions. Some of them are kind of low quality reviews back when I didn't really review movies, so those I will not include. And Cat in the Brain is really a film about Fulci himself kind of going insane from his own movies. And this serial killer, who is also a therapist, decides to help him out by hypnotizing him and making him think that he's committing all these murders that the therapist is actually committing. Now, that is a great idea for a film, and it's executed well. I better just find some words. Alright, next we have our second film from Grindhouse releasing. Another one that has a pretty large cult following, but is, again, overlooked amongst a lot of, well, not overlooked completely by the cult film community, but it is kind of overlooked by the cult film community, as well as the mainstream horror community, as well as just people in general. People don't know this one. It's Pieces. The 2-disc, a 2-disc collector's edition of Pieces. Pieces is probably one of my favorite slasher films. Really ridiculous, really goofy, cheesy, violent, fun. Just a fun movie about a guy trying to basically reconstruct his mother after he murders her when he's 10 years old. And he tries to reconstruct her out of body parts from college students. Alright, next we get to probably my favorite slasher film of all time. And I think I should go ahead and stop saying this, but left out amongst lists of some of the best. My Bloody Valentine, the original film, that is. The remake, while it is pretty good, the original is really good, and I'll put the link to the description link to the video in the description. Here's one I haven't done a review of. And it's probably one of Troma's most famous films, but Troma, again, is criminally overlooked by everybody. Class of Nukem High. If there's one Troma film I could suggest to just about anybody, this is probably the one I could suggest. It's probably the least violent of Lloyd Kaufman's films. It is funny, it is goofy, it's kind of scary, it's decently violent. It's just a good film, and really not as gross as like The Toxic Avenger or Poultrygeist. Alright, next we have probably the most underrated sequel of all time, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. I watched this film actually over the summer for the first time. And I realized this is probably one of my favorite entries in the Halloween series. It's just awesome. And it's overlooked because it doesn't have Michael Myers in it. And really, I've got to say that this is just a film that I think every horror fan doesn't like, who says they don't like the third one, should at least try to sit all the way through. Because it seems like most of the people that say, I didn't like it because it didn't have Michael Myers, just said they didn't like it because it was a different film. Alright, and finally get to the last film on our list. Probably Takashi Miike's best film, Audition. What can I say? It's overlooked while it is popular. I keep saying that, even though I said I would stop. Yada yada yada. It's popular amongst the horror community, but not among the mainstream community or the American community of film goers. Criminally overlooked. Great film. Links in the description to the review of it. Anyway, guys, I'm Biscuit Boo 69. Signing off. Peace.